Have you ever felt like no matter what you do around a woman, it is never right? She says she wants this and this, so you give it to her, but that doesn't make her happy. Maybe she wants you to be nicer, more considerate, open up, be more vulnerable, spend more time with her, tell her what you're up to. But every time you conform and you do these things, for some reason, it actually has the opposite effect of what she says it will have, and it pushes her away more. But why is this? Now, as the title suggests, being a good man in a relationship is the single fastest way to kill attraction. Now, if you're new to this content, you're probably thinking, no, that's crap, that's nonsense, what do you mean? But look around you. How many successful relationships do you see where the man is an absolute gentleman, so kind, so caring, so nice, vulnerable, emotion, and she loves this? Very, very few. Probably none, because I do not know a single relationship like the one that I've just described that functions well. When you go through life as a man, you are told, be a gentleman, be kind, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. But when you get into the dating world, when you're like 18 years old, you decide, I want a girlfriend, one day I want a wife, or you want to just go on dates, have experiences. You think back to the things you've been told by your family, your friends, just being yourself, being nice, being kind, and you use these tactics as your strategy in dating. But when you do these things, you quickly come to find out that it does not give you the results you want. So you start looking around and you notice that Johnny over there, who's a bit of a dickhead, for some reason he has massive amounts of success with women. The girls love him. He seems to do nothing and they come crawling to him. But he's not nice. But he's mean. But he says this and he says that, so why is this the case? When it comes to understanding female nature, you have to understand that her attraction towards a man is built upon this thing called hypergamy. Now, hypergamy is like a woman's dating strategy, right? And the actual definition of this, in layman's terms, simple terms for you guys, is she wants a man that is better than her, like literally above her. Now, this doesn't mean that the man above her is looking down on her, thinking you're less than me, like shit on my shoe. That's not what I mean, right? But what it means is, in many ways, he is better than her. He doesn't want her. He doesn't need her. He can do better than her. And that makes her feel like she is kind of punching, right? She's reaching up to this man. That's where the attraction is. The attraction is the discrepancy between where he is and where she is. Now, you may be thinking, yeah, but I've seen guys who aren't that attractive seem to get girls who are very attractive. Well, it's not about objectively who is more attractive or who has this and who has that. It's about how she feels towards him. Dating is a feelings game. And unfortunately, by being nice to her, you basically signal that you two are on an either similar level or she is above you. And that is why what you'll find is when you do the things that she asks for and you are overly nice or even sometimes just nice and you give her what you want, the big thing in this being exclusivity, like committing to her in a relationship, you will find that very quickly things start to change between you and her. The dynamic switches, her tone changes, she starts nagging you, starting random arguments out of nowhere, being disrespectful. Now, this actually is not came out of nowhere. This is because she feels this need to test your frame as a man, because you've basically told her, I like you, I want to be with you, and you're doing what she tells you. And by doing this, you make her feel very uncomfortable, because now she starts to question, is this the man that I really want to be with? Can I do better than him? Should I look elsewhere? And not immediately, but in most relationships when this happens, the guy has around 6 months to 1 year before she either cheats or she leaves completely, right? Which you will see in pretty much every relationship you see these days. Now, I will admit that a woman's nature and these things which I'm describing, they've been massively exaggerated by social media, and this process has been sped up by social media, where 100 years ago, this still happened, but it was a much, much slower kind of time frame, and the things which were occurring, they weren't amplified by the fact that she can go on her phone and find a guy, around the corner who can offer her X, Y, and Z. And she also had no idea what the guy around the corner could offer her, so there wasn't as much temptation. And the reason why I make this video is because this is one of these harsh truths that you as a man, you have to come to realize. If you don't realize this, you'll be blindsided. You will go into your relationship, whether it's long-term or short-term, and you will think that by doing what she tells you and giving her what you think she wants, you will assume that doing this will make her happy, but it's actually the complete opposite. And this is something that I've experienced time and time again in my own relationships. I have stupidly and mistakenly listened to what my partner has said to me, my girlfriend at the time, the girl that I was seeing casually, and I've done what she said, i.e. more communication, more vulnerability, seeing her more, making more free time for her. But when I do these things, it has the complete opposite effect to what I'm trying to achieve. When in reality, if I had acted how I did when I was first seeing her, when I was very unsure about the girl, that is what was needed to maintain the attraction. And the harsh reality is, guys, as soon as you enter into a relationship, that is when the work begins. Most people think that once they have her, this is the easy part, you know, I can just coast, let myself go, just be myself. This is not true in the slightest. The initial attraction, once you have those skills, is actually very, very easy. The hard part is, once you have her, how do you keep her? Most people do not. When you look at divorce rates, for example, 50 to 60% of marriages are ending in divorce, right, in the West. Now, when you look into who is kind of initiating these divorces, it is women. And 80% of the time when a marriage is going through that divorce period, it is a woman who initiates this. If that doesn't make you think, what the fuck, that is unbelievable, that's crazy, then I don't know what will, right? And it's not a pure coincidence that this is happening. This is because the average man has zero idea what it takes to maintain a relationship. Now, it is for this reason that in my training platform, my school platform, which is free, by the way, for 7 days, you can see exactly what is needed to maintain a long-term relationship, and you can get a deeper understanding of female psychology, the communication you need, and basically how you need to act in order to get her and keep her. But if you want a brief summary of this, you need to act like you don't need her, you are above her, you could leave her at any time, and you are speaking to multiple women. Now, this last one, this is the hardest to kind of enact, because if you are in a committed relationship, how do you act like you are speaking to multiple women? Well, you have to use my technique of flirting with the world. Flirting with the world is how you improve and then maintain very high level social skills, and this is because you are interacting with the world around you. Now, I have free training on this as well. I have a free approaching guide, and basically how you are able to approach any woman you want is by using this technique that I call flirting with the world. And by flirting with the world, you will naturally engage in conversations with other attractive women. But she needs to know this and see this, because this will increase what we call competition anxiety, where this anxiety, as horrible as this may sound, it is what is needed to maintain a long-term relationship. Because if she does not fear for the loss of you and does not think you could leave at any time, she will not value what she has, right? The scarcity which people use in business tactics and marketing tactics, it's the exact same in relationships. If she does not think you have the power to attract somebody equal to her or better than her, then why would she value what she has? So this was a quick FYI, because I guarantee most of you watching this video have experienced something similar to what I've said in this video, where she's pulled away, she's lost interest randomly, and you had no idea why. This is why. It's because you became too much of a good man. Now, to finish this video, is this me saying be completely horrible to women? No, not at all, right? Because that will not work either. She'll just find somebody else who's going to be there, or her simp, right? But the idea is, you have to maintain something more important than her. This is the only way to hold a relationship. For me personally, in my relationship, the reason why I can maintain a high value woman is because I have my business, right? I have a purpose and a mission to help guys like you watching this. And by focusing all of my energy into this and only giving like a very small amount of energy to my partner, that makes her look at me, right? So to give you an analogy, you are the earth. Your sun has to be your purpose, your mission, your career, your job, whatever it is that's pulling you forward, giving you life. Your partner, she is the moon, orbiting you, right? And you only really pay a small amount of attention to her. That may not sound ideal, but I promise you that is what is needed if you want to maintain a long-term relationship, i.e. not have her cheat, not have her being disrespectful, rude, argumentative, and have somewhat of a normal life. The alternative to this is you do what we call spinning plates your entire life. Now, spinning plates is fun, and it's something I did a lot when I was younger, basically dating multiple women at the same time. Each plate is a woman you're balancing. It is hard work, and whilst this will give you a massive ego boost and you're dating lots of women, there's lots of variation, it can be very fun. Very quickly you become tired of this, because that in itself is a full-time job and it's not very fulfilling. I am a family person, I want a big family, and in order to have the best kind of survival chance for my family, having a one-man, one-woman household is the best way to do that. So that is why I went down this route personally. As I mentioned, there is a 7-day free trial to my complete training platform in my bio, which will give you every single tool and skill you need to attract the woman you want and keep her, from mastering your mindset, the communication skills, the exact pictures you need, how to run a date, escalation, literally everything. It is my life's work, so you can try that with absolutely no risk. You can cancel when you want, not pay a single penny. Until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.